What is going on, everyone? My name is Bodie, and today we are going to be doing what is possibly the most insane accomplishment of the new Minecraft 1.16 update. Now, I'm sure that many of you have already seen somebody beat Minecraft in hardcore mode, and some of you may have even seen somebody beat Minecraft while starting in the Nether. But I assure you that you've never seen this before. As you can see, we are locked in on hard difficulty, as well as by the modified heart gauge, which indicates that we are in fact in hardcore mode. So prepare yourself for the most stress-inducing adventure that I've ever done. One of the new features of the update is that we can now acquire different types of wood while still in the Nether, and it works the same as regular wood. As you can see, I've managed to create myself an entire set of wooden tools. And as you can probably imagine, this will be the last simple task that I do until I can escape this fiery hellhole. I knew that eventually I was going to get hungry, and this zombie piglin that I trapped in this hole was looking mighty scrumptious. Rotten flesh would be my only food source for quite some time, and while it wasn't diamonds, man, it sure felt like it. The warped forest would end up being one of the safest biomes in the entire Nether. However, I didn't know that starting off. I had never started in the Nether before, and this is the first time that I've played survival in the new 1.16 update, so I had absolutely no idea what I was doing. Hey there, little pig boy, you want some gold nuggets? Yeah, you come over here. Take that. No? Oh, okay. Well, as it turns out, this is probably the worst biome to come to in the early game because everything wants to kill you. Nom nom nom. Rotten flesh, my favorite. Finding out that I would likely die if I stuck around, I ran away. Hey there, big pig boy, you want some gold bars? Oh no, run away. Oh god, this guy is scary. The old bait and switch gets him every time. Turns out it works pretty well with zombie piglin as well. I just unlocked the key to unlimited rotten flesh. God, look at them all down there. They're just so angry. All I did was punch one of you guys off the edge. So yeah, I said screw all of that and ran back to the warped forest. The only thing that spawns in the warped forest is endermen, and they only aggro if you look them in the eye. So as long as you're looking at the ground, you have nothing to worry about. And so here I am, minding my own business when I hear a horrible noise. I thought maybe an enderman had fallen in lava. At least I hoped. That was until the noise followed me and scared me literally to death. At this point, I'm just praying that I won't die and lose my entire world. As it turns out, I had somehow pissed off an enderman, and now I was terrified that I was about to lose all of my hard work. However, it turns out that endermen can't teleport onto the leaves of the warped trees, and that was the only thing that saved me from starting from scratch. Now, some might see zombies, but I see crops ready for harvest. I've got food for days! Look at this! Gold swords! I'm rich! Also turns out on a fluke that you can mine the gold ore in the Nether with a wooden pickaxe. It just produces golden nuggets, unlike the ores in the overworld which produces gold ore. Taking all my freshly acquired nugs to a crafting bench, I went ahead and made myself some gold bars. With gold bars, I made gold boots, and god damn, I look sexy. I'm gonna go ahead and get myself some more of this so I can get totally blinged out. And then I finally found the biome I was after. The basalt biome is one of the new biomes added to the 1.16 version of Minecraft, and what makes the basalt biome special is that it has black stone. Black stone is essentially the same as cobblestone, but for the Nether. You can use it to make stone tools and weaponry. So in Minecraft's current state, oh, hello, excuse me, I was trying to do something here. Oh, can you not? As I was saying, in Minecraft's current state, gold armor and stone tools are the best thing you can create from the resources available in the Nether. The basalt biomes are also one of the least deadly biomes in the Nether, so long as you can avoid some of the lava pools. And the magma cubes aren't really that hard to take care of. So I'm at a bit of a crossroads here, or I guess no roads at all. I'm at a dead end and the only way forward is to cross this lava lake. What you're witnessing is probably the single dumbest thing that I did in my entire playthrough, and I ran out of bridging material. So as it turns out, these hoglins are terrifying and do a ton of damage. And this is the part in my playthrough where I got horribly confused. As it turns out, you can't use nether wood or planks as fuel. But since I have 10 million IQ, I realized I could make sticks from the planks, and the sticks work just fine. Do you see this face? Remember this face. This is the face of Big Brain. I used my hardcore parkour skills to navigate the Crimson Forest and avoid the hoglins until I reached the Soul Sand Valley. The Soul Sand Valley is honestly not that bad if you can avoid the soul sand and stick to the soul soil. However, with the growing number of ghast, I thought that tunneling might be my best option. And that's exactly what I did. And after leaving my tunnel, I was greeted with the most beautiful sight. A nether fortress. However, there was a lake of lava between me and the nether fortress, and I looked everywhere, but I just couldn't seem to find a way over. Now, I know I said my previous bridge was the dumbest thing I had done in this playthrough, but this is by far worse. There are ghasts everywhere. Prepare to witness where my heart stopped for about 20 seconds. I was so caught off guard when the skeleton started shooting at me that I just started frantically building. I had no idea what I was doing at this point. Somehow, I managed to get myself barricaded away inside of a little nether rack shack of shame. After I collected my thoughts, I deleted the skeleton from existence. However, it wasn't worth the years deleted from my life due to stress. Yay, more tunneling! Finally arriving at the nether fortress, I could almost taste the overworld, and my freedom. Oh look, and there's a chest right here. Sadly, it didn't have flint and steel or obsidian, but I got a diamond. I'm 100% gonna need these nether warts later, and I never want to come back to the nether. I came across another chest, and this one had a flint and steel, obsidian, and a diamond. Some inventory management later, and bam, organize. I accidentally happened upon my first blaze in this fortress, and it turns out stone swords aren't that powerful. Can anyone tell me how I survived that with half a heart? After nearly dying, I realized that tunneling was my new best friend. Ooh, another chest. Lame. Now, between a wither skeleton and a blaze, I would take a wither skeleton any day. It's the range attacks and the fire from the blaze that's really gonna get me killed. I finally found some more obsidian and got a little too excited. I ended up blowing my obsidian all over the place prematurely. As you can see, I'm missing 2 obsidian. Yep. Remember when I said I had a million IQ? Well, I just lost all my big brain. Nothing about that was big brain. Remember to never go straight for the chest. Always check your corners. You never know what might hop out at you. I had finally found the rest of the obsidian, and I quickly ran back to where I had started my portal and finished the job. Well, that was lit, fam, but I never want to return to this hellhole ever again. Finally back in the overworld, I ran around like a lunatic, flailing my arms. You can tell how happy I was to finally be out of the nether. Noticing that it was almost nighttime, I quickly grabbed some food and headed into the caves. Can you leave me alone, tiny zombie? I've already had enough violence for one day. Killing baby zombies aside, this cave was absolutely loaded with iron. Alright, first we're gonna dig a hole, throw all of our stuff in there, and then cover it up. Swag. The next day I wanted to build myself a house, but only using the blocks that I brought back with me from the nether, sort of as a memorial to the hell I went through. So I didn't end up bringing many blocks back with me from the nether, so the house ended up being pretty small. However, I really like the way that it turned out. I think it looks really cool. And while my nether hovel may be small, there's plenty of room for everything that I need. Not too far from my house, there was a pillager outpost, and they had something that I wanted. It's the small details that really bring out the best in a build. And now with the bad omen effect, I had to go and get myself some of that sweet white stuff. I also found this wolf and we became best friends. The game even told me so. I didn't really have a use for him, so he'll just sit here and watch me work for the next 8 hours. Now this wouldn't be a very good Minecraft playthrough if I didn't make myself an obligatory farm. And once you're done working your hoe, always make sure to plant your seed. Fence her off from the outside world and bam, you got yourself a farm. Turns out there's a villager town like right next to my base. I took their food supply. I'm sure they won't be needing it. I was actually having a hard time locating any villagers. They won't be needing these either. Where was all this obsidian when I needed it? The sun told me it was bedtime, so I slept in one of these abandoned houses. Aha, I finally found one, and being the responsible Minecrafter that I am, I buried him in a hole. Don't worry, I marked him out so I'd never lose him. Another one! It must be my lucky day. I've got really big plans for you guys. Goodbye, Mr. and or Mrs. Villagers. I'll be back for you, I promise. Alright, now to deck out my house with the sweet loot I stole. And bam! Look at that. That's looking good already. Ding ding! I also found this map, and check it out. The base is looking pretty snazzy from the sky. The next step towards beating Minecraft is to get diamonds, so let's get mining. I dug right into this mine shaft, and any hardcore player would have probably just kept going, but me? Yeah, I decided I wanted to go take on some skeletons. It honestly wasn't that bad, until this creeper showed up. But even then, that wasn't the bad part. The bad part was the second creeper. Yep, and that's when I ran away. I realized that was a horrible decision. Let's keep going. And by keep going, I obviously meant go back into the mine shaft and collect these rails that I would have absolutely no use for. The dungeon loot wasn't even that good, but at least the melon seeds would come in handy. I wised up and now we're down here and we're gonna strip for diamonds. Strip mine? We're gonna strip mine for diamonds. And after stripping to make ends meet, we finally walked away with some decent resources. We only managed to get 12 diamonds, but we'll get a ton more once we get the gold digger enchantment, also known as Fortune 3. And in order to get that gold digger enchantment, we were going to need an enchanting table, and for an enchanting table, we need books. So let's go ahead and get ourselves some sugarcane started. Alright, that's probably enough to get us going. Oh yeah, also need some sand. 1, 2, 3, dig, 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 dig. Sand, 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 sand. Plant, 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 plant. Some torches to polish it off, and that looks pretty good. Alright, let's head to bed. Oh, well, that's just annoying. And the next step towards books was leather, so I needed some cows and to force them to do some breeding. 2 cows, 3 cows, 5 cows, 7 cows, 10 cows, 15 cows, 21 cows, 31 cows, 46 cows, 69 cows. Nice. And here comes the massacre. Look at all these orphans, all in a hard day's work. Sugarcane makes paper. Paper and leather make book. Book and planks make bookshelf. Obsidian, diamond, and book make enchanting table. Alright, let's go ahead and see what we get from our first enchanted pickaxe. Efficiency 4 and unbreaking 3. Garbage. Let's try again. Efficiency 4 and gold digger 3. That's the highest tier of gold digging. Let's put the 2 pickaxes together and this will be the only pickaxe we'll ever need. Alright, back in the mine to finish where we left off. This gold digger 3 enchantment is really paying off. Look at that, 77 diamonds from stripping. Why do villagers even have jobs when strip mining is where the money's at? Here's a little trick I do every time I make armor. You can overlay your pants, boots, and helmet and get them all at once. However, the chest plate still needs to be made separate from the legs or you'll just end up with a diamond block. This barrel will be where I keep all of my important things for fighting the Ender Dragon. So the next thing on our list is to set up some form of XP farm that will get us the levels needed to enchant our diamond armor. After running in one direction for about 10 years, I finally came to a desert biome where I could collect some cactus. These spiky pickles were going to play a key role in our passive XP farm. Just remember not to touch them, they're pointy. Oh my god, what is this? A tiny table pickle. Mine. Sea pickle. Sea pickles and spiky pickles. Noise. Oh, you know I gotta take this bell. Goodbye, villagers. Thanks for letting me take your stuff. You already know exactly where this is going. Ding, dong, ding. I am absolutely loving this. Hello there, Mr. Puppy. How are you doing? Have some rotten flesh. 1 stick and 1 stone. Lever. No, not a lever. How about this way? No? What the hell? Stick. That is not a lever. Guys, I want you to tell me this lever icon looks identical to a stick with a smooth stone on top. After a lot of work, I finally got the start of the XP farm working. However, it's not working for some reason. So as you can see, I've got my cactus here with my piston, and this is a 0 tick farm, so the piston going should cause the cactus to speed grow. However, it's not. This farm design works in Minecraft 1.15, but it's not working in 1.16. We're gonna have to try something a little bit different and get back at it. And so here's the new design, also a farm that works in 1.15. Basically, it shuffles the sand back and forth underneath the cactus, which should also cause it to speed grow. And again, it's not. I'm pretty much fresh out of ideas, so I'm going to have to resort to an old-fashioned mob farm. It took me so long to find a spawner that I thought they had just removed spawners from the 1.16 snapshot of Minecraft. And what's an even bigger slap in the face is that when I check this spawner's coordinates, it's only 2 blocks off-centered from the middle of our house. So if we stand on the spawner like so, and go 2 blocks this way and look straight up, this is exactly where our enchanting table is. Some time in real life passed, and now the spawner has magically turned itself into an XP farm. Complete with little tiny hidey hole for safe AFK. Look at that. That's actually pretty smart. Let us walk in here in this little closet, close the door. I even got a torch to keep me warm and safe. And when we're ready, we walk out, open this trap door, and bam! Smack some skeletons. So this will basically be our life now until we get enough levels to enchant all of our diamond armor. And while we weren't able to get perfect enchantments, it was good enough to fight the Ender Dragon. Now, something I noticed about the 1.16 version of Minecraft is that armor no longer glows when it's enchanted, but as you can see, I have P4 on all of my gear except my chestplate. Now, I know I said I would never do this again, and I'm already dreading every second of it, but we do have to head back into the Nether. This is already proving to be a million times easier with the bow. The blazes can do literally nothing against me. I'm really not even worried. This isn't a problem. I don't know what I was so scared about. And the ghasts are even easier to take out now. To be honest, in this nether fortress, I'm now pretty much untouchable, so it's not a problem. I'm gonna go ahead and take our nether portal with us, and we're gonna head on out. I managed to retrace my steps all the way through the nether, back across the basalt biome, and back to the warped forest. Remember how I said the warped forest only spawns endermen? Well, that's what we're here for. 12 blaze rods and 20 ender pearls later, we're ready to head on out. We made it all the way back to the Crimson Forest Bridge, and I figured why chance crossing it and dying now when we're so close to the end of the game. So I built my portal here and hopped on out of here. And of course the first thing I see when I come out is nighttime. However, there's a village right here. So I ran away, and I took this bed away from this poor lonely villager. Mine. This village was absolutely loaded with pumpkins, which would come in super clutch during the Ender Dragon fight. And what's a few pumpkins without a bunch of snow? Well, I guess they're still pumpkins, so... pumpkins? 3,000 blocks later, and we finally made it back to our house. And now the most important tool in all of Minecraft. I had a couple extra pumpkins, and I thought they'd look pretty snazzy outside of my house. Want to see a magic trick? Now you see iron ingots? Now you don't. I thought that a few iron golems would accent my snow golems really well during the Ender Dragon fight. There was only one thing left on my list to do to prepare for the fight, and that was to make some potions. The Phantom Membrane is what's needed to make the Slowfall Potion, which is by far the most important potion of the entire Ender Dragon fight. So this inventory is absolute overkill for fighting the Ender Dragon, but we've got 6 potions of instant healing, 6 Slowfall Potions, 3 Strength Potions, and 3 Regeneration Potions. We've got our secret weapons, and a couple Ender Pearls in case we get launched off the edge. Now I know for you guys it's only been about 15 minutes, but for me it's been over 10 hours, and honestly I'm getting a little attached to this world. So on the off chance that I don't make it back from war, I'm gonna go say goodbye to everyone. Goodbye, Mr. Puppy. You get steak today for being such a good boy. Goodbye, house. And goodbye, nether portal and diamond mine. Goodbye, black cat I never talked to. And goodbye, farm. I'm going to miss plowing you with my hose the most. We're also going to release these cows back to their natural environment. They could use the exercise too. They're getting a bit fat. It's about that time that we head off. And now just like that, we are thousands of blocks away at the end fortress. Aren't you guys glad that I can just snap away all of the boring parts? And not that I'm not a trusting man, but I 100% do not trust this lava. Can you imagine if I fell in right now and died? Not gonna lie, the lightning noise from activating the end portal startled the crap out of me. And finally, the moment I've been preparing for ever since I escaped the Nether, which honestly feels like a lifetime ago. We're jumping feet first, balls to the walls, boys and girls. I forgot to set up my inventory before we jumped in, and yeah, so we're hiding in a hole until we get that set up. Also, make sure to throw all of your plastic bottles off the edge of the void. Just pretend it's the ocean. And when in doubt, Ender Pearl out. First things first, when fighting the Ender Dragon, go ahead and make sure you're wearing your pumpkin head and run around and set up all of your golems. The golems will take care of the Enderman, allowing you to take on the Ender Dragon unhindered. And if you've done it successfully, you should be able to take off your pumpkin head and look around. This is just a complete war zone, everything got murdered. And this right here is a perfect example for why the potion of slow falling is absolutely mandatory for the Ender Dragon fight. All but 2 of the end crystals can be taken out with ranged attacks. For the other 2 that are inside cages, simply build your way up the corner of the tower and hit them from underneath the cage. And once you've managed to take out all of the end crystals, the Ender Dragon can no longer regenerate health. So this is when you're going to want to start taking your pot shots at him. And once the Ender Dragon lands, this is when you're going to do some serious damage. Run around to the tail and just start hacking away. This is when you'll be able to do the most damage to the Ender Dragon during the entire fight. As you can see, I took down over half of his health with a single attack sequence. As you can see, I purposefully left the Ender Dragon alive with just a sliver of health left. Being the pro gamer that I am, I wasn't going to go with such a lame finishing kill. So, you know I got that 360 no scope. Sorta. At least I got it on my first try. And that's it, guys. That's beating hardcore Minecraft while starting in the Nether. It was honestly quite the epic journey, and this is actually the first time that I'd ever beaten Minecraft in hardcore mode, so it was doubly exciting to have finally beaten the game in hardcore and have started it in the Nether. And as always, jumping into the end portal triggers a cutscene that signals the end of the game. Well, not quite. Technically, Minecraft has no end. But for the sake of this video and my sanity, I'm not going to try and beat a game that never ends. We will just use the standards of people who came before us and declare that defeating the Ender Dragon is the end of Minecraft. And just so I don't get roped into trying to beat a never-ending game, I salute all of you, goodbye, and thank you for watching.